in Venice. And you guys at home have my rice ball making kit. Very, very excited. This is a fun recipe to do. Something that I learned to make when I was very, very young. I learned from my mom. Okay, so in your kit, a little bit of housekeeping. I want to make sure that you guys have everything that you need. You will have already 4 rice balls that were made in the restaurant and that are cryovac and sent to you separately. Okay, so you have those already, and then we have a kit so that you can make some at home. You should have a fryer ready to go at about 325. Okay, and you can let the rice balls sit out for a little bit so they get room temperature right out of the refrigerator, and let them sit out for about 10 to 12 minutes before you put them into the fryer. That'll help the cooking process so the inside gets nice and soft and warm as the outside gets nice and golden brown. So you should have your fryer set at 325, whether it's a tabletop electric fryer that I think are the best, or just like a Dutch oven with an oil fryer thermometer in there so that you can regulate the 325, okay? I want to make sure that if you need to put me on pause to get all of those things ready to go, feel free, because you can always press play and have me start going again. All right, so all the ingredients that you guys should have, you're going to have meat sauce. This is a bolognese or a meat sauce that we call it at Scopa, which is essentially just ground sirloin, some beautiful dry-aged ground beef as well. You have peas in there, carrot, celery, and onion, tomato sauce, and it's been stewed down and ready for you to go. You should have some ricotta cheese, you should have some mozzarella cheese, some chopped parsley, rice that has already been seasoned. So this is a risotto arborio style rice that's already been cooked and seasoned with egg and a little bit of locatelli cheese and salt, so it should be nice and sticky and tacky. And then you have your breadcrumb mixture right here, which is essentially just panko and parsley that's been pulled together in a KitchenAid, and then we're going to go ahead and just pour that onto a plate so that we can have that ready to go, and that is what you're going to put your finished product of a rice ball on. You should also have a block of Parmesan Reggiano, some tomato sauce, and a rasper. That is just to finish the rice ball. Okay, so we want wet hands for this, okay? So whether it's a bowl of wet hands or you walk over to your sink, but you want to have wet hands, and that is to make sure that the rice does not stick to your hands and that it frees up very, very easily. So you want to take the rice in your hand and you want to just kind of press it down and make a little bit of a well, okay? If the rice particles start to come and separate, that's okay. You can kind of just pull them together yourself like that, and you want to press a little tiny hole, or well, if you will, into your hand that way. And that is what's going to receive all of the beautiful ingredients, like the meat sauce. So we'll start with the meat, and that'll be the base. So a little bit of meat goes into the center, okay? And then we're going to do a little bit of ricotta cheese. That'll go on top of the meat, okay? Just like that. And then we'll do a little bit of mozzarella, and that'll go on top of the ricotta. You can go ahead and just keep that all sort of piled up in the center. Okay? And you want to take your free hand and wet it, and wet the back of your hand. Okay? So free hand is wet, the back of your hand is wet, and we're grabbing for some more rice. We're grabbing for some more rice. And then we're going to use the back of our hand, like so, to press down and make that same well in this hand. Okay? So we're just pressing down to make that same well that we did with this hand. And then that goes over the top. And we just kind of cup it. And then because our hands were wet, we can peel away. And it's okay, we're gonna see these little holes here. And then what you're gonna do is just, like you're making a meatball, right? Closing up the rice, okay? Make sure that there's no little holes, any kind of cheese or meat coming out. I don't see any. Feel free to press it, okay? Rice is durable. And that egg and that cheese that's in the mixture rice is making it sticky and tacky, almost like glue, okay? That's why we use the risotto rice. It's a high starch rice, nice and creamy. It's gonna really create a binder and really connect and close your rice ball. Then all you wanna do is roll that rice ball into all of that beautiful panko breading and that parsley so that it's fully coated, just like so. Now this is the rice ball that you're making. The rice balls that are coming to you already prepared, before you put them into the fryer, you want to just do the same thing, roll them into that panko to make sure that they're nicely coated, and any kind of moisture that may have come about from travel is now taken care of from that from that panko, and then it goes into the fryer. You're gonna have perfectly crispy rice balls. So right into your fryer or your Dutch oven, okay, at 325. We're gonna let those fry for about 10 to 12 minutes. And while those are frying, we're gonna go ahead and heat up our tomato sauce. So you wanna make sure you wash your hands. And we all this stuff aside, and we can start to heat up our tomato sauce. So essentially, the plating of the rice ball is hot tomato sauce. We're gonna shred a little bit of Parmesan Reggiano over the top and some chopped parsley. So to heat up the tomato sauce has already been cooked, okay? This is just about warming it on a low to medium simmer, just to kind of warm it through, and then get a nice bowl. I like to place these in a bowl, okay? So that all of that beautiful sauce kind of cools at the bottom of the bowl, cut into the rice ball, and it's this kind of crunchy, hot sauce kind of a dish. So again, for the pre-made rice balls that we went ahead and sent you, you want to make sure that you pull those out of the fridge so that they can sit for about 10 to 12 minutes before you fry them, okay? And that way, they're more of a room temperature rice ball that goes into the fryer versus a very, very cold rice ball that goes into the fryer. And if you're frying in a Dutch oven or any kind of pot, you want to make sure that the rice ball is totally submerged in the oil, okay? And you don't want to move it around. And in order to pull it out, you can use a slotted spoon or tongs to pull it out. But I have to say, my personal opinion would be, if you're doing a lot of frying at home or you're making anything that's fried, I love a tabletop fryer. You can buy them online, they're pretty inexpensive, and they're super easy because they're electric, and they regulate the temperature themselves. So with a tabletop fryer, you really want to make sure that that temperature doesn't go down too quickly, because then you got to alter the fry temperature and turn your knob a little bit higher so that it catches up. But then you want to make sure it doesn't go over 325, because then it's going to brown faster than it actually is. So to plate, we're going to just have that warm tomato sauce. And again, you don't want to reduce it. You just want the tomato sauce to warm on a low to medium temperature in a pot or a pan. And it's about 3 to 4 tablespoons of tomato sauce per rice ball. I always think that's the greatest ratio of sauce to rice ball. And the rice ball cooks for about 12 minutes, and that's if you've kept it out at room temperature, okay? It's really important that we pull that rice ball out, let it kind of get room temperature, and not to put a really cold rice ball into the fryer. And then it comes out, and we have a perfect golden brown of rice ball. And that sizzling, crispy rice ball is gonna go right into that hot tomato sauce. And then to finish, just go crazy with the Parmesan. I love a ton of Parmesan cheese. It should be like Parmesan cheese snow over the top, to where like you almost don't see the sauce anymore. And then we're just gonna garnish it with a little bit of chopped parsley. And there you go. You guys have a beautiful rice ball kit at home. I hope you guys enjoyed making it. That's your rice ball with meat sauce, peas, ricotta, mozzarella, and Parmesan. Enjoy.